Well, as we've just heard from Stephen Lawrence, the need to tackle anti-Semitism isn't just a concern for the Jewish community. Many of Australia's Muslim community members have openly condemned the Bankstown Hospital video, including Dr Ata Rehman. He is the chairperson of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Medical Association of Australia, and he joins me now for his perspective and to discuss how the Muslim community has been responding to the video. Dr Rehman, thank you very much for joining us. I know that this must be a very shocking time for you and the Muslim medical community of Australia after seeing this video. First, when you heard about it and then saw it, what went through your head?
When I first saw that video, which was sent to my friends in the morning, I was really shocked. Working in this profession for the last 30 years, I can't believe that, when the patient come to us, we don't look at their religion. We just treat him as a patient who need our help as a part of my professional duty to make sure I can provide him best help to save his life. So we never thought about even harming the patient or making anything bad to the patient. In fact, we try our best to help the patient. And looking at that video shocked me, and I can't still believe that this has happened.
It has certainly been a viral moment, and we know that developments are still ongoing. We did receive word just now that one of those particular doctors is currently in medical care due to concern for his welfare. However, the situation really has shocked a lot of people, given the fact that these were two nurses in Bankstown Hospital who you would expect, as we have the Hippocratic Oath, who took that vow to save, look after, treat, be there for people regardless of, as your organisation says, regardless of race, gender, beliefs or anything else. But to hear what those two people said, to outwardly calling for Israelis to be in hell, and some of them even more shockingly claiming that they had killed patients already, this must have been an absolute punch to the stomach for you.
Oh, definitely. There's no doubt about that. Look, as the Quran says, save one life means you can save the human being, save the mankind. So looking at this teaching, the beautiful teaching of Islam, where we talk about saving one life means saving the whole mankind, and then even thinking of killing someone is definitely a kick in the gut, definitely. And, in Islam, we treat the teaching we have from Ahmadiyya Muslim Medical Association of Ahmadiyya Muslim Jamaat is to treat everybody with love, affection, and without race, religion, or their gender. And that's what the motto of our organization is, as love for all, hatred for none.
At the moment, is there concern within the Muslim community that you are a part of? Is there any concern that you could now be faced with your own verbal, physical attacks or threats directed towards your community, especially as tensions have been running high with an increase in anti-Semitic attacks across Australia?
Oh, look, there is always an issue about these anti-Semitic racism effects, But I guess with my teaching as a Muslim, what my teaching told me is that not to harm anyone and treat everybody with love and affection. So I think once people know that we are not in that frame of mind where we have to harm someone and treat everybody with respect and love, I'm sure we can able to resolve this very high, issues what's going on.
You have also voiced your absolute condemnation of the anti-Semitic attacks, and we've had quite a few in Australia, and they have picked up, of course, since October 7th, 2023. What is your concerns about what this could mean for Australia? Because some of these attacks have included death threats to politicians. Someone unveiled a swastika flag in Sydney the other week. We've had the Bankstown Hospital video as well. And then we have the comments and retweets on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, which has already inflamed the situation.
Yeah, look, I think this is very sad to hear all this what's happening around us. And as we know that this happening every day, and it's a definitely concern for everyone. Australia is a multicultural society. I came from Pakistan 26 years ago. This is my house. This is my nation. This is my work. This is my home now. And then we live in a much better life in Australia than we are living before. So I think we all have, and a lot of people who came here as refugees, and then we Australia as a home. We have to look at what Australia gave it to us, and we need to look at it that what sort of society we are creating for our children. So we have to think very carefully and look at all these things to tell people and to raise awareness among the population or the masses that we're living in a much uh, multicultural society where everybody should treat everyone with love and affection.
And I know that given Australia is a multicultural society, when things like what's been happening between Hamas and Gaza, even though they're thousands of kilometres away, when it hits close to home, these tensions can really rise. And we have seen, tragically, of course, attacks and threats, as we have mentioned. What do you think the Muslim community, from your perspective, can do in maybe helping to try and diffuse the situation? Have you reached out to any Jewish organizations or anyone from the Israeli community to say that this video is not representative of Australian Muslims?
Actually, absolutely right. I did have few friends, and I did talk to them as well. In fact, about 3 years, 2 years ago, one of the Israeli newspaper he came to look at my work, and they published a big article about my work, and they said, "Oh, we should be in a friendship," and we're still a friends. And I think I talked to him as well, and I said, "Look, I'm not representing this sort of views what someone else mentioned, and don't blame me for that. I'm still your friend, and we are still a very good friends." So
And
it's nothing to do with. I think it's very personal comment for some people. It's not a comment of the masses.
And I guess, Dr. Rehman, as you mentioned at the start, a verse from the Quran, I think in some ways also when people take out or look at certain passages of the Quran, there's a lot of skepticism towards what you just say, Islam is a religion of peace, but at the same time, we've also had people who have used the Quran as the justification for kufirs to be, attacked or or killed, or anyone that they regard as an infidel. Why is it from you? And I know this is a very deep question. Why are we seeing this difference? Because it is very difficult sometimes to know from one side where you could say it's a religion of peace and the vast majority of Muslims we know are peace-loving people, but at the same time we also have these other aspects ranging from Muslim fundamentalists to governments like Iran or more conservative movements who have used those same Quran passages for either violence or to take action against other people. Can you understand what I'm getting at?
Yeah, look, I think that's why Ahmadiyya Muslim organization is different from other organization, and our motto, as I mentioned before, is love for all, hatred for none. The interpretation of Quran, what other Muslims do, we don't agree with that. We treat everybody with respect and love, and we don't facilitate violence or in any way to harm anyone. So I think this is a wrong interpretation of Islamic teaching by some of the fundamentalists who believe that what they believe is right. But as the Ahmadiyya Muslim organization, we don't have this belief, and we don't believe in any violence against anyone.
And of course, speaking of your organization, the AMMAA, you have done a lot of humanitarian work, not just in Australia, but overseas in the Pacific as well as on the Asian continent. And no doubt, of course, you've got people on the ground who know the situation going on in the state of Israel, Gaza, the West Bank. From what you're hearing at the moment, what is the situation? If you can tell me that.
Look, I think definitely the situation in Gaza is not very good. They need a lot of humanitarian services, and the humanity first, which is the big organization, a part of Ahmadiyya organization, is working to help them as much as we can. But I don't have much contact with them at this stage because Humanity First in a larger scale is doing that. It's difficult to go at this stage to go to Gaza. But in the future, when the condition gets better, we are there to help people. And that's not only Muslim; it's anyone. And as I mentioned, that we work in many countries, like in Vanuatu, in Solomon Islands, in part of Africa. It's not a matter of Muslim. It's a human beings. So in fact, we provide many medical equipment to hospitals in different parts of the world, including Solomon Island. In Australia, we are working for the fur relief, for other things as well. So many things we do, and we never thought about. We feel that this is our home, and we are here to help our fellow country being.
And finally, Dr. Rehman, as a message to the Jewish community, as you've said, you've condemned this video that has appeared, and of course, there's a lot of tension still within the community. What would you like to say to your fellow Jewish compatriots of Australia?
Look, I think I have many Jewish friends as well, and we are doctors together. We're working together for a long time, and we never thought about that. I'm sure when we talk together, and I think I read from my statement that look, we are friends, and we never thought about what it was said in the video, and we don't. This is not a teaching of Islam at all, and they know that. Most of the people know that this is not a teaching of Islam. Is the interpretation by only few people, which we don't agree.
Dr. Rehman, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Dr. Ata Rehman, Chairperson of the Ahmadiyya Muslim Medical Association of Australia there.